What's up everybody, it's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and today I want to take a look at DSP's announcement of his new channel, DSP Reacts, which, as everyone knows, is probably the worst kept secret on the internet. We called it a month ago that that's what Phil was going to be doing with his new content. Essentially, it's old content broken out of DSP Gaming and dropped into this new channel called DSP Reacts, which really isn't a new channel. It's his old King of Vlog channels that he retconned into this new channel. So it comes with a base of 27,000 followers, which probably aren't even, those folks are probably not even on YouTube anymore. And I believe the channel is already monetized. So he has that set up because during today's stream, he actually did collect some memberships and some tips and so on. So, you know, what I want to do is I want to go through his announcement, really focus on the three-prong or the three legs of the three-legged stool that Phil will be providing, his content he will be providing on this new channel. And I want to give my thoughts. I want to talk about, what the end goal here is for Phil and whether it will work or not, based on his past history. So let's get into the video.
Show number one is more long-term, something that I want to do, within a month or two, but it's not happening immediately. The first show will be called, you ready for this? DSP Asks It. This will be an interview series where I will interview people across the internet. And who will I interview? Well, that's going to be a lot of the times determined by you guys. You guys are going to be the ones who are going to be submitting your suggestions of people who I should try to reach out to and interview here on the show.
Okay, first flag on the field. First of all, your chat or your members or your dens are delusional. They're going to be posting and saying you should interview PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, Medicare, all of these channels that would not touch you with a 1,000-foot pole. They have no benefit at all granting you an interview or talking with you or even remotely coming near you. We all know that if that happens, these poor people will get nothing but hate and trolls their way, and they know that, and that's the reason why they will avoid you like a dusty fart. The second thing is, no one's gonna want to come out to your show. No big content creators, nobody with actually some clout or something interesting to say. You're gonna have to focus on these kind of mid-tier, smaller channels. And of course, as toxic as you are, anyone that even remotely said something critical about you, you're not going to bother interviewing them. So I envision that show never happening. So you can knock that off of the list of content that you'll get on DSP Reacts.
It's going to be a one-to-one conversation. A lot of the time it's going to be covering what this person is up to on the internet, and there could be people from all over the place. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone who I've had any kind of involvement with, but at the same time, a lot of them will be. Like, for example, I've already lined up a couple of these for future events that I don't have dates set yet, but basically I have it lined up so that, by the way, the chat is crashing again, which is not good. The chat is like crapping out on me, and I'm wondering what's going on there, because I can't see the chat. That's not good. Gotta figure out what's going on with the chat right now. It's completely frozen. If I close.
Yeah, pretty much this whole beginning of this show was a disaster because, of course, Phil never preps anything beforehand. He decided to come on live, just start streaming, make the announcement, and then just have all of these technical issues, and just figure I'll just waste the time of the viewers and fix them while on stream.
Close it again. I don't know. Try to figure this out. This is all a new thing. I don't know what's going on. Here, restore the chat. Actually, did the browser crash? It might have. The browser might have crashed, which is probably why I can't see your chat. Yeah, it looks like it's endlessly loading and not doing anything. Well, let me try to refresh it and see if I can get it working. Anyway, so yeah, DSP Asks It, an interview series. And I've already got about 2 people lined up who are very interested, but I don't have dates and times set yet, because what I'd like to do is establish exactly how this is going to work. And it won't make sense until I actually establish the criteria of how we're going to do it. Will it be an online conversation that's live streamed? Will it be something that's recorded offline and uploaded as just an on-demand video? Will you guys have opportunity to submit questions once you know who the guest is ahead of time? Or should I not announce the guests ahead of time? Should they be surprise guests on the show so you don't really know what to expect? I'm not sure yet. All right, this is something that I need to work on and think about with your feedback, okay? Yeah, for some reason, the browser is crapped out. I need to try to, and one of them has already agreed, and the other one, we're kind of just talking details about it. And once I have more information on that, I will let you know. But basically, that is the first idea I have. The second idea I have is basically very similar to what I was doing on DSP Gaming. What I would like to do, okay, is once a month, what I would really enjoy doing is a big formal React project here on DSP Reacts. So think some of the bigger projects that I did over on DSP Gaming, reacting to the Wings of Redemption documentary, reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole documentary, you know. So that's the kind of thing. And the thing is, those projects take a while. Those aren't things that are like, oh, I'll just do it and it'll be done within a couple of hours. In fact, it's kind of the opposite, where those are things that could take a whole day. All right, I really enjoyed doing those, and had a great time with it. And so that's something that I want to do basically once a month. Those will likely just be called DSP Reacts to whatever the name of the video or documentary or whatever it is that I'm reacting to. Okay? So there you go. So.
Okay, so he is essentially carving out things he offered on DSP Gaming for membership rewards. So remember, he offered this specific one he's talking about. He offered that as a stretch goal, and I think I'll talk about that in a little bit, about June the King documentaries or whatever. And he offered that as a stretch goal, and nobody bought it. So essentially, he's carving that out and putting it on his channel and creating separate content. Now, the issue is, what are you going to offer your members to re-up their memberships when you make up a goal? Because a lot of times, this is what you do. You do a React event, or you know, that's what you've been doing lately, of some sort. And you also use it as a stretch goal. So what are you going to put in place for that for your DSP Gaming? So that could be a problem there, Phil. And yeah, so essentially you're just going to pick a video or documentary, and you're going to spend 5 hours or whatever it takes for the day, your streaming day, and give your thoughts on that documentary. Okay, again, I'm not seeing anything here revolutionary, different, amazing, because Phil made it seem like, oh my god, this is awesome, it's going to be original, no one knows what I'm doing, people have tried to guess, but they got it all wrong. And for one, you can check my videos, I said interviews, he's going to try to do interviews, and he's going to do React content, those two things, and that's essentially what he's doing here. The third thing that he's going to talk about is he's calling it DSP against the internet or whatever, and we'll get into that when he gets there.
There's going to be number one, reacting or doing an interview series called DSP Asks It, and number two, there's going to be a formal DSP React series where once a month I'll be reacting to something, kind of long form on the internet. Now you might say, well, how are you going to determine what you're going to react to? Again, this is where I'm telling you guys that your input is key. It's going to be you guys suggesting things for me to react to. What videos would you like to see me react to that are long form documentaries and videos like that? I'm thinking at least 30 minutes to an hour long. I probably wouldn't even want to do anything shorter than that. It would be me reacting to something that's a formal documentary, watching the whole thing, commenting on it, etc. It could be much longer as well, but it has to be something that I have time to, vet and know that it's a legit documentary or whatever before I decide to react to it. All right, so there you go. That's going to be you guys, again, having an input. And in fact, in a minute, I'm going to reveal to you, well, not a minute, in a little bit of time here, I'm going to reveal to you some of the specifics of how a lot of this stuff is going to work, okay? So, please just bear with me. Fair enough? Now, the third idea, I think, is actually the idea that might actually do the best. All right? You ready for this one? I have not even told anyone this. I haven't told my moderators this idea. No one. This is the first time you guys are ever hearing it. My third idea for the channel is called DSP versus the internet. What is this? Well, here's what it's going to be. Once a week, I have a dedicated stream where I am going to be reacting to various things on YouTube as submitted by the viewers. Think of it as a pure Phil just reacts to clips kind of show. Here's the difference between this and a formal react. A formal react is a dedicated project where I'm watching the entirety of a documentary and I'm watching it and commentating completely on it. Okay? This show, DSP versus the Internet, is a show where it's just going to be like, send me a clip. You want to watch me watch a clip, see my reaction to it? If I laugh, what do I have to say about it? And it could be anything. It could be a news story. It could be a clip from another content creator. It could be, a piece of a TikTok video or music. As long as it's on YouTube, all right, it's fair game. All right? And essentially what this will be is a good way for me to give you my opinions on things that are going on, whether it's news or pop culture or whatever it may be. I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for me to branch out. All right. I don't do stuff like this at all. Right. What happens is a lot of the times I'm on my podcast or whatever, you'll ask me, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Right. So this would be an opportunity for you to say, hey, I'm going to submit a clip to you. Please watch the clip on stream and let's see you react to it and give your opinion or whatever. Right. That's what this is going to be. All right. It's going to be Phil versus the Internet once a week. We sit down here on DSP Reacts and we have a show dedicated just for me reacting to various clips and things. Now, here's how it's going to work, because this is where we're essentially...
Okay, real quick. So he actually took this idea from Review Tech USA. Review Tech USA actually does this. So way to take someone's content, Phil, and not actually give any credit, but whatever. Okay, now is the point here where he's going to talk about real quick. So the goal here sounds like he's going to do a once a month big react project. He's going to interview people, which may be maybe one person a month if he's lucky. And then he's going to do a weekly show on whatever day where he'll take a stream and react to your content. So that's 3 days right there of content. 3 days out of 30 days, right? What else is he going to do with his channel the rest of the 27 days of the month? What content is he going to provide? What is he going to do? Is he going to upload videos? Is he going to double dip and load DSP gaming videos on this channel? And I know he said no, he wants to keep them separate, but I don't understand what the goal of this channel is. He's essentially cannibalizing his DSP gaming. He's taking content away from that channel and bringing it to another channel with less visibility, less viewerships, less members. And today was his big reveal, and he only got 25 of his dents to actually sign on for memberships. That was it, 25. So I think his goal here is based on the volume that he's going to stream, what he's going to provide. He's going to hope that memberships will prop up this channel. And I believe his goal is if I can double dip the membership. So if I have 450, 480 members on DSP Gaming, hopefully 400 or 450 of those fans will become members of DSP React. So essentially, if instead of having 450 members on DSP Gaming, I'll have double. I'll have 900. I think, when he got that T Michael gift bomb, where that OIC gift bomb back in November, he loved that sucker and he loved that money. So I think he's been trying to find a way to get back to those numbers every month. And I think this was his way of doing it. He figures if I can get my dents to become members on both these channels, I'm essentially double dipping. So I don't have to worry about trying to get new members, trying to get new viewers, trying to get new subs. I can essentially just milk the fan base that I have now and take their money twice. And I think that's his goal here. And the reason why I say that is because right now he's going to talk a little bit about that.
You come into play, and here's how we're going to keep things under control. All right. All the content that I'm suggesting is going to be user submitted. All right. But it's going to be user submitted by channel members. So if you become a member of DSP Reacts, you are getting a tremendous amount of control and input on the channel. Members are going to be submitting videos for DSP versus the Internet. Members are going to be voting on the long form reacts that I do. And of course, members will have the input on DSP Asks It. Maybe you'll be able to submit some questions for a guest, or vote on a guest, that kind of stuff. Okay? Why members? Because that's content that can be controlled. If I right now just said, everyone just start posting up, I'll have 5,000 random videos that'll be absolutely ridiculous, probably dumb shit, right? Here's the thing. here's the criteria of the kind of stuff that I want to react to. First of all, it can't be licensed music and content that's going to get me, blocked, muted, get a video removed for copyright issues on the internet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is not going to be allowed. So that already is going to be out of the way. No way that that's going to be viable. Also, can't be stuff that's like racially offensive. It can't be stuff that is incredibly violent. You might find that kind of stuff on YouTube, but that kind of stuff regularly gets flagged and demonetized, and I can't be reacting to that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So by making it a members deal, that members will be nominating things for me to react to, okay? That means there's going to be a vetting process, because no one's going to pay to be a member and then just waste their time. They're going to want to be submitting things that will have a chance to basically be seen, right?
No, Phil, are you new here? You have people that actually subscribe that are members to you that do it to troll you, to LARP. You have people that tip you $1 just to give you a nasty message every single day. So why wouldn't you think people would want to be members just to troll you and give you content that may initially look okay, but in the middle slip up and give you something inappropriate to maybe get your channel in trouble? For example, today someone posted some South Park stuff and you were playing it, and then right in the middle of it you started seeing some adult content, and you didn't block it, you didn't stop it, you let it play, and then you talked about, oh, we have to find a better way of vetting this stuff out. And that's what's going to happen, Phil. And you're going to end up exposing yourself to people doing that stuff against your channel. They're going to see you watching something inappropriate and they're going to flag it. And the other thing, Phil, is that there's going to be tons of stuff that you're going to post, that members are going to post videos, right, that may get you copy strike. There may be a content creator out there that says, no way you're going to get my content without my permission, and hit you with a copy strike. So I'm not sure how this is going to work either. You may need to rethink that. Okay, so let's keep going.
So they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? They're definitely not going to be wasting that opportunity. I think that's going to be great. It's going to be a way for people to do that. Now, how will it be done? Through community posts. Right now, I have the ability to post a community post on the channel, and people can nominate things. So, for example, I'm not even kidding. Right now, if you go to the community tab of DSP Reacts, I'm going to go to it right now. I click on it, and right there, guess what's already there? Attention channel members. This is your first ever post where you can submit YouTube videos for me to watch during my very first ever stream here on DSP Reacts. Just post up the YouTube video here and I'll have a chance to be watched live during the very first stream on Sunday, February 12th. Good luck. That's right. Right now, if you become a channel member of DSP Reacts, you can go to the community tab and post up videos now, and we're going to do a dry run on this stream of me reacting to the stuff you guys submit. So everyone who just became a member, the 13 of you, you are the first 13 who can nominate videos for today's stream. Okay?
Okay, so that video was about, when did he do this? He did this around like 3 o'clock, or yeah, it was around 3:30, 3 o'clock. So it is midnight, so 9 hours. And I'm looking at that community post, right? And he has 3 comments. Why? Because he has to approve everything. And what makes you think he's going to sit there and approve all those different comments? And he's getting trolled, where he's getting nonstop nasty comments that he's not going to approve. So I'm not sure if that's going to work for you, Phil. That's just going to be another disaster. Anyway, so real quick, I want to give my thoughts on what I think is going to happen here. So first of all, I see a couple problems with this. Mainly, the main problem is that he's cannibalizing his DSP gaming channel. So he is taking content away from that channel, which is a bigger channel, which has an established base, which has a good amount of memberships. He's taking content away and he's going to move it over to the DSP React channel, hoping that his viewers and his members that watch his DSP gaming stuff are going to come over to the DSP React and hopefully subscribe and become members. Now his goal, I think, is he's hoping that, if he has on average 450 members a month on DSP gaming, that he would get something similar to that on DSP Reacts. That, if you support one of my channels, you should support the other. And that's his goal. And that way, instead of having to worry and focus on getting 900 memberships, for a given channel, he can split it up and double dip. He can double dip off the same exact people. So it's essentially 450 people that got memberships, 450 people on the other channel that get memberships. So he essentially gets paid twice, you know, making it seem like he has 900 members, which he doesn't, of course. But that's his goal. That's the only way he can make this work, because one, he's not going to upload enough to make enough ad revenue on this channel. Secondly, his videos don't get that many views. This video got 200 views. It's been up for like 8 hours. The one that I cropped this from, and he has 200 views. He only got 25 members to actually pay for memberships. I don't see this growing. I don't see it being a thing. And again, he's taking content away that he can offer on DSP Gaming to DSP React. And the issue with that is that last year he consolidated his channels and only have one channel because he said, I want to rebrand. I don't want people to go to different channels to see my stuff. I want them to go to one place. And now you're changing that. A year later, you're changing that. And now you're making people go to 2 different places. And it's not going to work. People find that very annoying. Even streamers that have, like, for example, Review Tech USA. He has 1 million subs on Review Tech USA. His RTU streams, I think, maybe has 60,000 members. So the correlation that you're trying to make, Phil, is that you'll eventually get 200,000 subs on your new channel and get 400 to 500 members. Doesn't hold weight. It doesn't hold weight. And I'll give you, going back to Review Tech USA, he doesn't have memberships on Review Tech USA. He has memberships on RTU streams. And that's where people go to catch his streams. And that's where he gets mainly his super chats and his funding for that. He does regular content, where he gets ad revenue on his Review Tech USA channel. But the second one is more of his live streaming. So you're going to try to do live streaming twice. It's just not going to work. People are going to be like, why are you doing it on 2 separate channels? And the reason why you're doing it is to try to get double memberships. You're trying to double dip your memberships. Being that this channel can't survive on ad revenue, there's no way. You're not going to have enough content and you don't get enough views. Right now you get ad revenue because you have 80,000 videos on your DSP gaming channel, and then you pump content every day and people see it, and you put enough volume out where you get some okay revenue, ad revenue. But that's not going to be the case for DSP Reacts. The other thing too is that you're taking, like I said, you are taking away stuff from DSP gaming. For example, every month you provide membership rewards, and usually you offer some type of React content or whatever, special or project. So you're no longer going to be able to offer that because that's going to be part of DSP Reacts. The other thing too is your Patreon. I mean, you have people paying you $50 for a Patreon video for them to react to stuff. What's the point of them paying you $50 for a Patreon video when they can just be a member for $5 and submit a video for you to review and provide some type of commentary or whatever? So you're kind of hurting yourself with your Patrons, and you're hurting yourselves with your, with your DSP gaming. So long term, I don't see this working out at all. The only way it works out is if you make one channel kind of just a ad revenue where you post videos and you get ad revenue, and then you make your other one your streams. And you're not going to do that. You're going to try to do both on both channels, and it's just not going to work. And I don't envision people double dipping and paying you twice for memberships for different channels when it's the same exact thing. There's no difference. So I find it kind of scummy though that you are doing memberships on both channels, Phil. Really, you should have it on one and not the other. That's just my feeling on it. But again, this is the way you're going to raise money, is through memberships, and it's clearly by the way you're structuring this. The other thing too is that you're paywalling your DSP React channel. You're paywalling it, so that's going to turn people off, because people that don't want to pay memberships aren't going to bother watching your stuff. What's the point? If they can't be interactive, they can't offer anything, they can't be part of anything, you're essentially just saying you need to pay to play. And people aren't going to, you're not that big of a content creator or interesting to actually, pay to see. The other thing too is that who else tried to do this? Boogie tried to do this. Boogie tried to become a React content creator, and it failed for him. It failed miserably for him because he went away from the stuff that worked for him. And he thought he could double dip. He thought he can create more content and expand but he wasn't interesting enough. He's a fence sitter and he doesn't really give too many opinions. And then he overcorrects and then gives too much of an opinion. And he ends up having people hate him and end up not supporting his channel. I mean, his channel has been stagnant and dead for years. Your channel's stagnant and dead for years too, but I think it's gonna be bad for you. You're gonna get more hate, you're gonna get more people not liking your takes, you know, your controversial takes. And I think you're gonna slip up. You're gonna play something that's gonna be totally inappropriate. And then of course people are gonna mass report you for you playing inappropriate stuff on your streams. And I just don't see any benefit from you doing this. I mean, the only way you benefit is if your memberships do grow and you can convince your dents to double dip and pay you twice. That's the only way it works for you. And that's the only way this works out. And I don't see that happening. I see you trying it and then eventually just quitting it and basically saying that, oh, you want to put everything on one channel and that was the right thing to do. So you're moving all of your DSP React stuff back to DSP Gaming. And of course, you know, it's probably because it's going to be way too much work and you're not going to see the financial incentive to actually do it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.